It's week 8 of the 2024 season, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes.
It's the Ravens and the Browns, next on Madden Football.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in week 8. Has this at the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the second of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard game, several touchdowns, tremendous efficiency.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They send a man in motion. From the 31. Throwing the out route complete. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Lamar now from the gun. Cut by the open man. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. From the gun, Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 21. Bateman hauls it in. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. Bringing them out to #1 pick in 2015, a former league leader in passing. It's Jameis Winston.
Hey, it's very easy for me to use all these psychological cliches, Kate, right? Got to flush it. You got to play one play at a time. You got to flush last week's 5-interception performance, but the reality is you got to be in the moment. You can't even be thinking about last week. You got to think about every play, guard that ball with everything you got, and most importantly, help your team find a W.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Winston now. Stays in the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down before the return gets far. We've got a stoppage now. There was a player shaken up on that return, so we'll take a brief break as they tend to him. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Another run for Henry. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now they send their back in motion right. Here's 2nd and 7. Complete Derrick Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. Dump off caught by his back. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pull out in front further, 13-zip. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Tucker on for the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's gonna bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's 4. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And the Ravens go in nickel, 3rd down. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Here's Winston to the air. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. A tight end in motion now. That'll be the end of 1 in this AFC North battle. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Trying to run with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, I'd say some frustrations at the deficit bleeding over onto the field as they get rung up for the personal foul.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Frustration and emotion, right? You got to play with emotion, but you can't let emotion play you, and especially a hole like they are.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. First throw for the backup now. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. They'll punt another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And he's already scored once this game, something he's made a bit of a habit of this season. As we see, he's among the league's best at finding that end zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Aguilar with the grab. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. And the Browns bringing out some extra defensive backs. We got dime on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He has the first over the middle. Into the red zone. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Center return, Nyheim Hines. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
This is complete to Neighbors. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They're now set for 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Throwing from the gun here. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Handoff headed right to Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And the Browns will go on offense. And that's good for a gain of 5. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Let's go now.
They'll run here following the penalty. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Browns pushing for a score before the break. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Come on.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Tucker on for the... Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens... So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row.
It's week 9 of the 2024 season. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions.
It's the Browns and the Chargers.
And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the... Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. And they lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And now they're in the hurry-up. On second down, another shot for Robinson. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Here we go.
Huntley to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss.
Get it.
Going quickly here to Thomas. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have football.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Deep to return is Darius Davis. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. Now it's Herbert. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's complete to Palmer. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They run once more with Edwards. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Gus Edwards His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Here's Huntley. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Browns at 2-6 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. And it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Huntley. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to the ground with Robinson.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Huntley looks to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. To throw, Huntley.
Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's to one of the new Charger wideouts, DJ Chark.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Herbert off of play action. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw here, Herbert. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's taken in by Palmer. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. And again, Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the 1st with Edwards. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run here with Edwards. Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown.
Gus Edwards
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 33. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now Huntley. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And what a nice example.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give for Edwards running right. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Herbert. That is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 24. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They go play action with Huntley. To the right side, and he's got more complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now, here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And they'll get this down to the 10. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run with Robinson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Here's Huntley. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Khalil Mack, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick.
And this returnable for Hines. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw here, Huntley.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Huntley. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And now Herbert a little unsure of things, so he's going to go ahead and call a timeout.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Hines now on the return.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Huntley off of play action.
He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
To throw, Huntley.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Malik Neighbors, 67 yards. And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man.
That's Edwards.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Huntley to throw.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Malik Neighbors
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards.
And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing
The Browns drive about to get started.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Huntley working from the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. Now Huntley. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Browns have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Huntley. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Chargers, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
It's Week 11 of the 2024 season. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He rises when it matters most, and he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Browns and the Saints next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans. And so good to have you on board with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defense is better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap? Not only on receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the ball in his hand, calling the shots, playing quarterback.
This game will start with a throw on first down. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Demario Davis there on the play. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Now Huntley. That one taken in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown Browns. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. York good on the extra point. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders, now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. Now a timeout called by the defense. Olave is the motion man. 2nd down, Carr. That one caught by Bub Means. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. They motion the slot man left. 1st down throw for Carr. Pass is caught by Olave. He is in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints. Groupie able to add the extra point. The Saints come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. To return is Naheem Hines. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Browns offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. To throw is Huntley. The pass rush gets home and he goes down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. To the outside, that's caught by Hill.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On 1st and 10, Carr. Left side into the hands of Olave. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. And he's in. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, New Orleans. Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
In what's clearly become a passing league, Mike, if you're not actively rushing the passer, you have to be able to hold up in coverage, and that's especially true at the linebacker position. Great job here getting in those passing lanes and being able to break up that ball.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hines. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run it here with Robinson. And he'll take this up, working towards the 1st down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through 1. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And he will score. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Cleveland. Throwing, Huntley. And he'll get into the end zone. Doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense and Derek Carr set to take over once more. About set for our next drive. We'll take a peek ahead what's coming up later tonight. Sunday Night Football has the Colts and Jets AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. And then tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, it's down to the Lone Star State for an in-state battle. Texans and Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. Carr working out of the gun. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. On 4th down, here's Matt Ariza to punt. Nyheim Hines back deep for the Browns. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Browns offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Huntley now. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10. They'll run with Robinson. And this will be a short gain down to the 41-yard line. Willie Gay with the stop. Back to throw. Huntley. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go. 3rd and 6. On the ground, it's Robinson.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here. You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. On first down, Carr. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On the give, this is Kamara. He'll take this down inside the 30. Dalvin Tomlinson fighting off the blocks to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 6. Carr. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. He gets free to the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Browns. The pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. On the ground, it's Miller. Past midfield to the 45. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 30-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Now, a 2nd down throw from Carr. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. Juan Thornhill that time. Good coverage, able to knock it away. 3rd and long. To throw is Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's Blake Grupe for the Saints. A field goal try. This from an even 50 yards out. Grupe's kick is good. And the Saints are back within a score. They trail now by 6. He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Grupe back out to kick it away. Here comes Ford on the return. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. This offense moving quickly, and they'll try to get set. Huntley. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. Here's Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now Huntley. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. He works free, right side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Saints. So they make the decision on fourth down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick six.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it...
And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter three begins. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Olave is the motion man. Carr now to throw on first down. That's to the right side and incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
You don't need much. It is third and inches. Carr. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, New Orleans. Now, Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He's got his big target. That's Johnson. That one good for 18 yards and to the 18-yard line. On the handoff, this is Miller. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll stay on the ground with Miller. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. No chance at all. He'll go down. From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. They'll run with Miller. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 10. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Here's Carr. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints will extend their 3rd quarter lead. He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. Here's Hines now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Trying the left side. Here's Robinson. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. As he's on to punt for the 2nd time. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Saints offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 6. In motion is Hill. Play action now. It's Carr. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Carr. Quick throw, taken in.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Carr working out of the gun. Left side into the hands of Olave.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick.
It is brought in the end zone. But means. Touchdown, New Orleans. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Huntley now. Downfield for Njoku. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Huntley. Off throw. Right side taken by Njoku. The offense in hurry-up mode, pushing the pace. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. It's a pistol snap for Huntley. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And that is incomplete. They're trying to sneak a deep ball in there to wrap up the quarter. But time has expired, and the third has come to an end. To throw is Huntley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Need to score. They're going to need to speed up as they get to the line here. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. A run here with Miller. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. Now, a second down throw from Carr. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. This a must-stop for this defense. Facing third and long. Carr to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is. Here's 1st and 10.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
He's across midfield. And they will finally run him down. Left side, he's got Njoku. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now Robinson. Score! Game on! Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Cleveland. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the 4th quarter. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now Carr. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. To throw, it's Carr. Right back to Olave. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Carr. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. A pass taken in by Miller. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Carr now. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On first down, Carr. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. To throw is Carr. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Whoa! Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. Once again, it's Miller. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They have converted twice on third down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he will power his way into the end zone. Jamal Williams. Touchdown, Saints. Groupie able to add the extra point. The Saints will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here comes Ford on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing, Huntley. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. Now Huntley. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Huntley. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down. Here's Huntley. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. They'll start the drive with Miller. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now give to Miller, running right. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. So this one, a win for the Saints. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. Game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory.
Let's control the trenches. Look downfield. He's been open all day.